So, a few things before we begin. First is due to a dodgy drawing tablet, this video is mainly going to be a background or two on the screen. Feel free to put it on in the background as you do other things, I don't mind. The second is that this is a continuation of my Greek myth series, which I started a few years ago but never really did much more on. If you want to watch the others I've done, I'll link them at the end. For now, I'm going to tell you the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus was the son of one of the divine muses and a mortal prince. His mother bestowed upon him the talent of music, so much so that there was no mortal rival with his skills. Only the gods themselves could hope to be better than him. He was so good that he could move mountains and change the flow of rivers. He was even a brave adventurer with Jason and the Argonauts for a time, and his song drowned out the deadly song of the sirens, trying to lure them to their deaths. He fell in love with a mortal called Eurydice, who was a nymph and a follower of the god Apollo. I wish I could say they lived happily ever after, but sometime after the wedding, a man called Aristaeus saw Eurydice dancing and was hopelessly in love with her. He chased her for a long time until, whilst running through a meadow, she stepped on a viper hiding in the long grasses and fell down dead. Orpheus, upon hearing this, was distraught but also angry. He would not let his love go so easily. Taking his lyre with him, Orpheus travelled to the underworld and played a song so mournful and full of sadness that even the three fates wept. The stories say that the whole of the underworld stood transfixed. Sisyphus was able to rest on his stone, Tantalus forgot his hunger and thirst, the three-headed dog Cerberus relaxed, but most of all Hades and Persephone took pity on the man. Hades summoned the shade or ghost of Eurydice and gave Orpheus instructions on how to get her back. You must not turn around and look at her until you have reached the upper world again. No, not even to check if she is following. If you do, then she will be gone forever. He agreed and they began to make their way back to the surface. As the pitch black turned to grey light, he still did not turn and look. As the grey turned to sunlight, he started to get worried. He could hear no footsteps behind him, no rustle of her dress. He could resist it no longer, and turned. And as he turned, he saw her slipping back into the darkness, with a sorrowful farewell. As bad as an end it was for Eurydice, Orpheus sadly had a worse one. In his grief, his wandering led him to a crazed den of Menades, who literally tore him apart. Eventually, his limbs and head were buried in a tomb, where even today it's said that the birds sing sweeter. Thank you for listening, I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe.